Hey guys, and welcome to today's first impressions video. Today we're looking at Encased, which is a top-down RPG. It has a lot of choices and a lot of dialogue. Unfortunately, none of this dialogue has voice acting, so it's kind of like an old school JRPG where you have to go through a lot of text and make choices and decisions, and it seems like based on those choices and decisions and how you decide to level up your character will determine the outcome of this game. It leads into it after the first open scene that it could be a good ending or a bad ending, which means that your choices do matter, which means I instantly like this game a lot. I like games that give you a choice and where those choices have consequences. Like I say though, none of it is voice acted, and as a result it can be a bit much to take in. It's very much a slow burner, but we'll get into that once we get into the game itself. First we'll look at settings, and I'm pretty pleased to report that they're pretty good. You can use a controller with this game, although I wouldn't advise it. The controls are a little bit clunky. If you try and use your controller, it's best just to use your mouse, and that's pretty much all you need with that. You've got your graphics. I would like to see a little bit more here, if I'm being honest. It's not a bad graphical menu, but I would like to see more. I do like the fact that it starts in borderless mode, and you can choose whether to have your frame rate limit or your VSync on or off. This is very good. More games need this as well. I will say for sound, the music can be a little bit loud, so you might want to turn that down. But again, you've got so many options here. There are voices and sounds in the background, but the main text is not voiced at all. It's all just straight up text from the cutscenes to the actual gameplay as well. So, let's jump into it and show you what it's all about. Okay, here we are. So this is my character here. The character creation screen, I will say, is actually really good. It looks like it's going to be... It's not very clear that it's very good, but when you go to create your character, it gives you some classes that you get to choose from. And it's only through me just clicking about that I actually discovered that you can actually make your character look any way you want him to at all. Which is kind of nice. Like, there's a lot of options to choose from, a lot of different things you can do. But it is important to note as well that not only do your conversation choices matter, but your class choice matters as well. Already from starting the game, I have noticed that certain options aren't available to me because I don't have the right skills because of the class that I've chosen. So do bear in mind that that leads to multiple playthroughs if you enjoy the game enough, because it means that you'll have the chance to play through and see what those options are. Like, it doesn't show you what the option is, it just says this option is for this class, you're not that class, you can't do it. Which I like. Again, I like it when games do that sort of, you know, your actions have consequences and you will abide by that. Now, things you can do. So I went with Blue Wing, who is a repair guy. Basically, I'm a repair guy. I'm out here. We're in the dome. The dome is set after the Cold War, and it's basically the hope of mankind. You go in, you've got these different sects, these different classes or whatever, and you have to abide by a set amount of rules, and you're there to work, and you are going to help humanity be amazing or bring its downfall, one or the other. From what I can tell, Blue Wing is your general worker class, Silver Wing are your knobsacks and your posh twats, your oranges are criminals, your blacks are the people that supervise the criminals, and your whites are scientists. That's what I've got from this so far. You start in the elevator, and from the look of it, you're starting with one of each of the others. So I'm assuming that if you started with Silver, you would see a Blue Wing there that you would have to speak to, etc., etc. You've got lockpicking in the game, and you have a bunch of different tasks and stuff that you get given as you go through. I will say the tutorial so far has not been that intuitive. It's very much been a case of lots of reading to try and pick up what's going on. But you have puzzles and stuff that you've got to sort out and figure out, and that's how you learn how to equip stuff. Your character and stuff, as you can see, you've got a lot, and I mean a lot of skills that you can do. You've got your inventory as well, which doesn't make it overly clear what you're doing, but when you equip something, it goes down here to your belt. You've got a scanner that you can use. You've got a little bit of cash that you start with. You've got a selectrone, which I'm still not entirely sure what that does, but it does tell you that everything's got tooltips. You've got your letter, and you can change all your gear and load out here. It does introduce a shop to you very quickly, and it's a trading system. So for the shop, what you do is you come back as soon as I get my bearings, because I can't remember where I am, and you go over here, and you can go all the way out, over here, and this is your shop guy. And it's a trading system, which I actually really like. I think it's kind of cool. So everything's got a value, and you can see what it's got for sale. Everything's got a value, and it shows you what the value of your items are here and the value of their items here. And this shows you everything you've got. If it's got a tick next to it, it means you've equipped it, right? So these are worth 100, right? That's what these are. That's 10. That is not going to be a trade that they're going to allow, which means if I wanted those gloves, I would have to trade a load of other stuff in order to get them. Now, I didn't realize that the belt didn't really mean that much. I thought that for one of the quests, I had to equip a specific belt. I didn't, so I actually wasted a lot of my money in fuck-arsing and faffing about, which was not ideal. But I do like the system. The fact that the game didn't really explain about the equipping and I didn't see the bar down here straight away, that's kind of my own fault, but it would be nice if they explained it a bit better. Moving the camera is a bit finicky. You can use WASD, or you can move your mouse across to the edge of the screen and it will move it for you. But when you move, it doesn't move the camera automatically, which is a bit of a shame. I would like it if it did that. There is combat in the game, but I haven't been able to find any yet. We are literally just starting, so we've come in and we've got to go through, and we've got our quests here. And it shows you all the steps you've taken and all the steps you've got to take, which is kind of cool. You've got your main quest, you've got your track quests, you've got your story quests, you've got side quests, you've got companion quests, completed quests, and failed quests. So you can fail them as well. You've then got reputation, so you can gain reputation with different people as well. And you've got your map. And so far, just from the station, it looks pretty massive. This game is around 16 gig in total. And I can see why, considering the context and the graphical fidelity and the fact that it's not like a super high-res game. The fact that it's 16 gig, I can see that they've put it all into the map and the layout and the dialogue and all the choices you've got to make and stuff, which is really cool. You've then got your dome, which shows you everything that you can do inside the game dome and where you are. This is key for some reason, but I don't know why. But yeah, overall, very, very impressed with this. I love choice-based games. I love the way that you can interact with everybody, whether they're important or not. The writing is a little bit hard to read sometimes, and the names of each of the people they're a bit of a mouthful. If you're just reading them to yourself or whatever, then it's not too much of a problem. And you can skim a lot of it, as you'll find you do, but it does have a lot of interesting information there as well. So this is what I mean. So you get all the choices, and sometimes you'll get an extra choice that'll be like silver wing or blue wing or perceptions points and stuff. So when you level up, your points that you put in are very important. That's what health kindness. I'm gonna go for a few here. He smiles. We're passionately. So this bit is the thing that you want to be looking at when you're doing this. Okay, cool. And then you go through. Some of the NPCs and TV and stuff will come up with information that can give you clues and advice as to where you're going. You can steal gear, you can go in, and you can be whoever you want to be. right? You can play this as a goody two-shoes, or you can go in and be a bit of an arsehole. Again, choices have consequences, but you can pretty much do whatever you want to do. And I have a lot of time for that. I don't really want to show you too much of the conversation because I don't want to spoil anything. And where we are in the game, it's very, very, very early days. So, like I said, I've not really found any combat or seen how much the world can open up yet. The doors will unlock when you do the missions that you got to do in order to unlock them and progress with the game. What I will say is it is probably going to be worth your while exploring everything and talking to everyone before you move on with the progress, because something tells me that you're going to need it. You're going to need it when you go in and talk to people and do some stuff. And I can see you dying maybe once, twice. I don't know. It kind of gives the impression that you will die and come back to life a few times, but that's just from what I've seen. Overall, guys, this is a really, really detailed game. It's a lot of fun, and I can see myself getting really into it when I get the chance to just sit down and play it, and I'm in the mood to just sit and read and get really wrapped up into a proper role-playing game, which I haven't had the chance to do. Now, if you've got all the way to this part of the video and you really like what you see and you want to see what this game's got to offer and you want to see just how awesome it can really be and how good the writing is, I'm very pleased to inform you that I've actually got a link. It's in the description, where if you click it, you can get yourself a free copy. I've got 10 of these to give away. So, yeah. Click the link in the description down below, get your free copy, and let me know in the comments down below when you've claimed it and what you think. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comments down below of what you thought. And like the video and leave a subscription as well. Thank you very much for watching, guys. I hope to see you all next time. Ciao, ciao.